Everywhere you look, you'll find empty supermarket aisles. Consumers across the country have expressed their displeasure with the lack of supplies and the skyrocketing prices of everything in many stores, as grocers continue to struggle to get deliveries on time due to a global supply chain disruption fueled by the spread of the Delta variant in Asian countries. Even after more than a year, the health crisis continues to affect Americans' favorite foods, autos, and electronics purchases at the stores. Increased demand for supplies, together with shipping and manufacturing delays, have left many shelves nearly bare. It appears that another time of severe shortages and skyrocketing prices is on the horizon. This month, the U.S. inflation rate has reached levels not seen since 2008, which means that products people need and want are once again in short supply. And we've all seen what happens when consumers hear that further shortages are on the way. In spite of the economic recovery's recent reopening, inflation is still rising because of supply chain bottlenecks and rising prices. And those who still believe that the recovery can be translated into an economic recovery are doomed to disappointment, because the rising inflation is holding back recovery and increasing pressure on the Federal Reserve, which may have to raise interest rates. After being projected to grow at its quickest rate since the 1980s by 2021. The economy is now showing all symptoms of falling as supply chain bottlenecks continue to impede manufacturing growth. Consumer sentiment has fallen sharply in recent weeks, admitting concerns about rising inflation, and the latest reports show that retail sales fell more than expected in July due to shortages, increased prices, and the fact that the boost from stimulus checks has faded, suggesting a slowdown in economic growth early in the third quarter. According to her, the latest viral outbreak is causing havoc with shipping, demand, supply, and all other levels of global trade, and she fears that widespread shortages may endure well into 2022 as a result of the disruption it has caused. The car industry's about 17 auto plants in the United States have been forced to halt production because of a shortage of semiconductors in recent weeks, according to Seraph Consultancy, which advises automakers on the crisis's severity. It became impossible for General Motors to continue manufacturing their full-size pickup vehicles due to a lack of chips and parts for them. According to Intel, the great computer chip shortage of 2021 shows no signs of stopping and is causing billions of dollars in losses in the automobile industry and raising the cost of consumer gadgets. According to the nfib poll, roughly 57% of companies said in July that they had few or no qualified applicants for open positions, and 44 of those companies also expressed concern about inflation, which is a record high number for this group. Product shortages and inflation have been particularly hard on restaurants, as seen by a separate national study in which 46% of restaurant owners reported difficulty obtaining all the food and products they require from suppliers. That demand has risen earlier and stronger than predicted. There are manpower and supply chain difficulties, and that the volume of orders is constantly exceeding capacity, stating that service has deteriorated in Portland and that they are attempting to improve. Cisco Lollipops and spinach have become so hard to come by that even the most basic foodstuffs, like lettuce and spinach, have become scarce, according to the proprietor of Mother's Restaurant and Bar, Lisa Schröder. The worldwide supply chain has been disrupted massively from Bangladesh, according to JAGI, the Indian subcontinent, the People's Republic of China, the European Union, and the USA, in order to keep up with demand. Retailers are having to make difficult decisions about where to stock shelves and where to leave them empty because of acute supply shortages. The lack of merchandise in stores will dampen holiday spirit among customers. Supply chain issues are clearly leading to worsening food shortages in every corner of America. It's a confluence of many factors that is making business owners and retailers increasingly desperate as holiday season approaches, and we can only hope that we don't see a repeat of the chaotic waves of panic buying we saw last year. But the truth is, we should all brace for empty store aisles, barren car dealerships, and depleted online inventories.